and only up to 2 units can be selected for a raid. Sorry I have to split this up into part, guys. My fraps will not work with this, it only works for my games. So Bandicam is going to have to be my recorder, for the time being. Civilians. If you ever kill a civilian, you pay a fine of 1,000 credits. But if you're the Separatists, that's your advantage, because you do not get fined. Only the Republic gets fined. Hostile populations, as you can see, the Bathon is shooting Asajj Ventress. Cryat Dragon fighting Count Dooku. Watch out for the Bull Rancors and the Jungle Rancors. Those guys are way overpowered. And these are some of the custom maps. I found that for the Steam users out there who are playing Republic at War, if in skirmish mode you cannot figure out how to get these working, I know how to get them working. It took a little bit of figuring out, but I figured out how to get the custom maps working. Battlefield in space. Let me just zoom in a little bit for you guys so that you can see this right here. Forward command post. That lets you get in CSA-10 and some special squadrons. That lets you put... Oh, wait, no, sorry. That lets you get some heroes. And sorry about that. I'm looking at the space over there. The forward command center lets you get the commandos. Engineering platform gets you the engineers you can place down build pads. Field hospital gets you both types of medics. Mercenaries, if you ever get this, build the Mandalorians. They are awesome. Republic High Command can get you the... God, it can get you some CSA-10 and all the special squadrons. Open Circle Fleet. That's the one you want. You can get TIE Fighters, V-Wings, and Victories. That is amazing. And, I'm sorry. V-Wings, Star Destroyers, and the Manadator. No, yeah, and the Manadator, sorry. Look is basically the same thing as the Mercenaries. Separatists, same thing as these, except they replace it with their special ships and their super ship. And basically the same thing for the Separatists. Boop. Boop. And now, I already told you about all that, blah blah. Okay, here's something that you need to see. Hut Palace Mining Facility, Uplink Facility. Uplink Facility is basically a buildable sensor array. Mining Facility, pretty obvious, it gives you larger income. Hut Palace is even more mercenaries than you could get before. Instead of building the uplink station for the Separatists, they can get the gravity generator, which makes all repulsor lift vehicles, like in GC with the repulsor lift jammer, it makes all repulsor lift vehicles extremely slow. Such as repulsor lift craft such as the IFXT Saber Tank. So things that move along the lines of that will get done. Here are the Republic heroes. Palpatine. Combat bonus, so he's a field and space commander, basically. And he's a price reduction bonus. So he makes everything cost 25% less. Yoda. Put him in your land force. Mace Windu. Recommend you put him in your space force. Obi-Wan, Anakin, and Plo Koon should all be in space. Ayla Secura, Shakti, land, Luminara, space. Now it says she requires Renvar, but for some reason she can be built on Yavin. So can Shakti. It's weird. That one's right. Now, Delta Squad. Definitely want them. Just because they're Delta Squad. That's all you need to really know. They're Delta Squad. No other reason to want them. Cody. Same thing. Cody. Who could not want Cody? And this gives you all the stats of each commando. CIS heroes. Now, these guys both get price reduction bonuses, so that if you want them at your... to build the Malevolence, you can get it at 25,000 instead of 50,000. General Grievous, put him in your space fleet along with Count Dooku. Same with Asajj Ventress. Cad Bane, he's an Easter egg. Jango Fett, he should also be in space. The Cad Bane should also be in space here. Same with Dirge. Aura, Bosk is part of the same Easter egg as Cad Bane. Basically, you have to reach tech level 5 with the Separatists when the tech tree ends at tech level 4. So it really doesn't hint at anything. And now here's my favorite part, where we can see this. Basically, the green guys, the green icon, only gets you 9 troopers. The blue ones, which are the platoons, get you 18 soldiers. The companies give you 36. Field commander, he grants a 25% combat health bonus and increases sight and range of units in any content. Well, combat. God, what is wrong with my English today? And advanced recon commandos, or ARCs for short. Build them on any place you can, because they can actually spawn them when you're being attacked. So there can be built on Camino, and some planets near Coruscant. I forget exactly which ones. The Phase 2 clone troopers. The only disadvantage is that you can't get like gigantic companies of them, but they are stronger than the Phase 1. And this is where we get to the legions. It said earlier in the manual how many troops they came with. I know the 501st comes with 144. I forgot what the others came with. And the Phase 2 field commander, same thing as the Phase 1, except he has better health. ATRT. He basically is for basically defense and offense if you have like nothing else and you start at tech level 1. I for one like to start at tech level 2 because in my opinion tech level 1 sucks. So then you have the BARC, or Biker Advanced Recon Commando. Same thing as the BARC in vanilla EAW. You can place a thermal detonator. And the ATAP, or the Altering Attack Pod, can be built at a heavy vehicle factory at any war production planets for the Republic. AV-7. If you watch the Clone Wars movie, you will recognize these babies. They were in the Battle of Christophsis. And again, heavy vehicle factory, so it has to be anywhere that's a war production planet. Now the AT-Pt. These guys are like a stage 2 ATRT. Use these guys for offensive. If you start at GC at any tech level, you only get one planet that has them. So, like, if you start out at tech level 1 or 2, use them wisely, because they're your only tanks right now. The ATE, the ATTE, oh yeah. If you see, it has 2 guns in the back to cover it, 4 in the front to cover it, and then this rotating gunner up here that can just shoot wherever. That's basically just like that's the Republic artillery, the AV-7, but that is like close range artillery. Obliterates everything. Now the HAV. It has the boost engine power, which is unique. We haven't ever seen a land vehicle with that power. Heavy vehicle factory, war production planets only. Same with the LAAT, or the low altitude assault transport. Now the TX-130 Saber tank class fighter tank. He's at tech level 5, which is unique for a light vehicle. I don't think we've ever seen a light vehicle at tech level 5 before. You will recognize him though if you ever played Battlefront. Now for on space. V-19 turret, basic fighter, like 5 fighters per squadron, basic, very basic. Now these guys are special, they can only be built on Naboo. I recommend building like 5 squads of them because of the amount of fighters that come in one squadron. I didn't count, but it's a lot more than 5. Only can be built on Naboo. Sorry about that. Been talking on forever and I don't have anything to drink. Man, I should really get something to drink before I start recording. So, now we have the NTB 630 bomber. It has the ion cannon ability. It's actually good against capital ships. All 3, if you see the good against right there. All 3 of the Separatist capital ships is good. Unfortunately, it sucks against all fighters. Which is why you should really have these guys covering them. Light frigate and light assault cruiser. These guys, well, that not so much, but this is great anti-fighter. This is basically the only thing that makes this better than that is the fact that this has a hang.